guys, my name is Raku
and my name is Mai, and
welcome.
welcome back to our channel. It's been so long.
It feels bad for us to even say like we're sorry.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, what do we have to say for ourselves?
Okay.
But guys, okay, we do have legit reasons, and that's what we are partly going to cover today. So the video today is on life after uni.
And
You
where
all
we
graduated.
where we've been.
Exactly. So we're gonna dive right in. So where have we been? What made us go MIA? So when was the last time you posted?
I don't even remember honestly. Maybe it was September. I want to say no, August probably. No, September. September.
Are you
Was
sure?
the last I swear.
I'm thinking
I know we
March,
didn't-
April.
No.
September.
It was September. It's just like it's been such a long time. Like you lose track
Yeah,
of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you go to? When did you move to Lee?
Well,
When was that?
I think it was in August. In August, yeah. It was
So
in
we,
August.
but we kept
But yeah,
posting.
we had a backlog.
Oh yes, yes,
We
yes.
kept posting
Yeah.
until we had no more backlog, and I was
Yeah,
not
until the
geographically
backlog
present.
went.
Yeah, I was not present. And
Yeah.
Mariam was in an intensive.
Yeah, so
program, so-
Raquel wasn't around. She was interning elsewhere and started doing another course, software engineering. She was there. Anywho, yeah, and it was a very vigorous program. So as much as Raquel wasn't here, there was also the fact that I was also very caught up. Actually, she's the one who had been editing videos at the time and all that because I wasn't able to.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so when did you come back?
Okay, I did have a number of times when I would come back momentarily, but
We never managed to
officially,
meet.
we never managed to. The time was
Yeah.
never right, and it was always a short stay.
Yeah,
I think in
like a very
January,
short
yeah.
stay, like a day or two.
Plus, I think we were caught up in the whole graduation fuss. Like, in that moment, you're not even thinking about, your.
Oh
let me
yeah,
see.
by the time you did come back for a while, we were both graduating.
Yeah, we were both
That's in
graduating.
December. We both graduated in December.
We're
Yeah.
learning people now.
Graduates. I
Okay,
think we'll
first-
attach some of the pictures.
Yeah, we'll touch on some
Yeah,
pictures so that
yeah.
you see.
It
Who
was
is
beautiful. We are so happy and grateful for that. So,
It was
as
honestly-
much as
yeah.
we are sad that we have been away, it was because of unavoidable reasons for one, and also like it's stuff that meant something to us, So
And I think it was very healthy for us to also take the break off of YouTube and for me it was social media generally, because I feel like it can be very much consuming at times,
true.
and I had so much going on. This was literally the last thing on my mind. Plus I feel like, I don't know, it's like we needed the time off to kind of reflect on how we wanted our content to proceed,
Exactly.
to be more
Yeah.
accurate with what we want to portray to you
Yeah.
guys.
Because
So
this
it
is
was
the
much
time we'd
needed.
actually, we'd sit down, we'd have conversations. Because, we actually take this seriously.
Mhm.
So there are times Raquel and I would converse and be like, what's our game plan? How are we going to go about this? Do we want to go back? And there's not one time that we were ever like, we don't want to go back. None of us ever stated that or wanted that. We always knew we're going to come back, and we're trying to come back strong. We're trying to come back consistent and basically give it our all. And this within this time is where we also like had conversations with other people in terms of the direction we
Yeah.
should follow and our niche and how to better it, and give you guys better
Yeah, the
basically.
feedback has been very constructive for sure, and I think I kind of noticed some of the things that I was saying are actually true.
True.
It's very easy in our niche to veer off sometimes and to speak about.
And we have done that.
We
Yeah.
veer off. Sometimes you forget about your game plan, or
True.
you have a very different way of approaching things, or it's very mixed and confusing. So I feel like our audience sometimes felt that. That we were contradicting ourselves a little bit. Not in terms of
and
our principles, but in
there's
our
a need
content.
there's a need for one to have a specific niche in such a way that, you know, when you search up Maya and Reku, you expect to get a certain kind of content and not all content. So our other plan is to actually streamline more, you know. But yeah, so we've been studying and working, and that's why we've been away. And there's been, so I think we're also supposed to cover our 2022 wins. Major wins, probably graduating.
Yeah.
We graduate, y'all. Alhamdulillah, we're grateful for that. And honestly, for me, 2022 was a beautiful year.
Yeah.
2022 was a beautiful year. I think 90% of it. I feel like, you know, there's so many times, especially when New Year is approaching, everyone was like, 2022 was the worst. I can't wait for it to end. And I couldn't really relate, you know, for the first time, because 2022 heard, like, there were so many. I graduated from both uni and from the other place where I was schooling, where I was taking the software engineering course. So 2 accomplishments. And then there was also like so much growth and like, I don't know. I honestly, this is gonna be really weird to state, but like in overall, I feel like, okay, I've always had other goals, like small goals, you know, like maybe you're trying to grow your hair to a certain point, or you're trying to get your skin to a certain point, or you're trying to get your body to a certain point, and you know, these small things also matter. So I did accomplish some of that, and you know, yeah, 2022 honestly
It was a good year.
had its downs as well, but mostly I'd say I'm grateful. It wasn't a bad year. What are your wins? What are your major wins?
My major wins. I mean, the biggest win of 2022 for me was probably graduating, and it meant so much for me because I feel like 4 years of my life. 4 years I was working so hard. Like what I wanted from first year to
She was working really
it
hard.
materialized.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I was I overdo you guys.
Bookworm.
Yeah, so I was so appreciative of the fact that it materialized. I got to intern at a very, let me say, prestigious. Yeah, it's a very big place. I learned so much from them. It's an experience that I didn't, honestly speaking, in the beginning of 2022, I had different goals. And I feel like most of my goals were redirected.
Me too.
Yeah, and honestly, one thing you can say is the universe, like everything that happens to you.
God is the best planner.
Yeah,
literally.
Like whenever you're redirected, or always remember that things are working in your favor. Nothing is ever working against you. So even if the things that you wanted to go a certain way, if they go another direction,
it's probably for your best.
It's for the best. And honestly, it's, I don't know, it opened so many other doors for me.
I know,
It
right?
gave me other blessings, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another win. What happened?
Another
Oh yes, skin. Like
Skin, bro.
skin.
2022 was the year.
Like 2022 was the breakthrough year for me. When it came to skin. Like, everything changed overnight. Because I think the geographical position I was in, it allowed me to be very comfortable with my natural skin. Yeah, because I didn't feel like I had so many people paying.
So you were willing to
attention
experiment.
Yeah,
and, you know,
I was willing, because I was like, okay, let me just say, like, a majority of the people who are around me were not people that I would mind that much if they give a shit about my skin. So, so yeah, I don't know. I was very comfortable with my skin, and I just let it thrive and
breathe and, you know, do its thing.
So I love that for me.
Yeah, me too. It's the small things, y'all.
Yeah.
It's the small things, and we're grateful for that. So I think we should get into, you know, how has life after uni been?
Life after uni.
Adulting. I can't imagine we're adults, bro.
I don't know. I'm still struggling with the idea.
Me too. I really am, and I feel like I'm not sure if people talk about this much. Personally, I think for me, it's a combination of the fear of aging and then the responsibility part. I have a big fear of aging, but it's probably, I'm sure there's a word for it on the net.
Like a very irrational fear, or like...
From the moment, I remember, I think from the moment I started turning probably 17, I was like, yo, I'm not liking this, I'm growing old. I never told you. There's this one time, we were actually celebrating my birthday, and I think I had shared it with my people. So I remember my dad, when we were singing that birthday song, he said my age in like reverse or like a year younger instead. So this started a long time ago. So you can imagine, I have grown even older. So yeah, but I honestly like from the start of this year, I've been telling myself, I'm gonna try to enjoy each year, you know, like take it, enjoy the entire process, because you know we're not growing any younger. Next thing you know, you're 30, you're 40, and you'll be thinking, wait, I was maybe 20 the other day and I was not celebrating that, so why not celebrate it now? Because what I've always realized is like I like if I always like stating and living in an age probably younger than what I am at the moment. And it's I get so consumed by that I forget I'm actually this other age, and then I don't get to enjoy it. And it's like a year later I'm like, okay, you were that age but you did not really like,
You didn't enjoy it.
exactly. So I'm trying to, that's something I'm really leaning on, like from the start of this year, because I don't want to live with any regrets.
I don't know if I think for me when it comes to my age, it only bugs me when there are certain things I wanted to be or to have at a certain
Me
age,
too,
and I
me too,
haven't
me too.
achieved any of those things.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, pull up, like
Yeah.
things are not going the way I want them to.
Yeah.
But usually when things are aligning in my favor, I usually don't mind. But when I turn 25, okay, no.
Because you know, we always, because to me it's always like I always believe everyone has the capacity to do like so many things. So to me, I'm always thinking, I'm like, you know, what if we started YouTube when we were like in second year or something, you know? But at the same time, you always need to go back and think, you know, the planning of the universe, you know, God knows best, and everything happens in its own time, you know, and everything works out on its own. So yeah, but personally, I completed my studies, and I think I've mentioned this a couple of times. I did my last papers in December 2021, but I graduated last year, December. So it's been almost a year post uni, I'd say. So how has it been? Honestly, for me, I'd start with career-wise. I was not really in a rush to get a job. Sorry for the background noise. It's actually distracting me. I don't know whether you can hear it.
I hope not. I hope you're loud enough.
I really hope. But yeah, so I have never really been in a rush with life in general. So I wasn't really in a rush to like get a job as opposed to a majority of my classmates. I think for me, I have always said this. I feel like nowadays, you know, everyone graduates with a degree. So my main focus at the time was to probably specialize, you know, to get an advantage over others in the job sector. So yeah, that's why I went into doing the software engineering course. That was the plan, because I actually got a job in January of 2022. But your girl was not ready for that, but I did go. But eventually, it didn't really materialize as planned or as expected. But I didn't mind that simply because I feel like I needed that time for me, for one. You know, it had been 4 good years. So I felt like first of all I needed the rest, and then I needed the adjusting, and then the specialization. Yeah, but now fast forward to post-graduation, it's now been a month, I believe, or 2. Let's just say a month. I don't want to freak out. But yeah, right now is when I'm thinking, you know, I need to get a job. I need to get my foot in somewhere, you know, to at least get that experience, you know, aside from the one that we go when uni for the internships and attachments. Simply because I'm not really trying to be job seeking at an old age. I'm trying to drive at 25, 26 or whatever. So, you know, this is the time. You know, we can't keep dilly-dallying and waiting for I don't know when. But yeah, I'm currently interning. I just started recently, so that's what's up right now. I'm interning as a software developer, and we hope for the best as we venture into this job world. Pray for me, y'all. Yeah, what about you, Rachel?
Well, let me tell you, I feel like I've enjoyed like leaving school. For one, because it meant an end to the anxiety. An end, like I think
I think for me it was bittersweet.
for me, I don't know, I either way. You can pass, you can fail. But for me, it's kind of solidified my efforts. And I guess at some point throughout campus, I didn't exactly. I don't know, comparison is the killer of joy, truly.
True.
And you can think, damn, like, I am far behind. But
Yeah.
you know what?
Everybody has
Yeah.
their own time.
Yeah.
You know, God has a different plan for everyone.
Yeah, I think
You know,
one thing I've just learned is you be like,
do you follow your own path? If you want to take a year break, do that, bro. Yeah, okay. For me, honestly, it's everyone do what they wanna.
yeah,
You know,
everyone's doing
whatever
something.
feels best to you. Maybe you
Yeah.
wanna take a year break and you already know that you'll secure a job maybe immediately after, or you know someone somewhere. You know, Kenya. So everyone has their own time, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
for me right now, I've recently joined the Kenya School of Law. Oh my god, you guys, I'm one step closer. I never like thinking of it in the terms of I'm still in school again. I think of it as it's one last lap
Yeah.
and I'm done.
and the fact that you're already done with the major
Yeah, for
part,
me,
or like the first 4 years,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Like,
that's an achievement.
for me, the LLB was very detrimental to me. It meant so much to me. I held it in such high esteem, and now that I've conquered it, I feel like Kenya School, I'm just
You
going
can
to do the same
conquer
thing.
anything.
Like, yeah, it's just the mindset I go with nowadays. The lucky girl syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
think
believe everything
talk
works
about
for me.
something to do with capacity.
Capacity.
Like you feel like you're able to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because personally, honestly, my other reason for actually being very somewhat resistant to getting a job has been the fear of delivering. Because I'm a perfectionist, you know. I'm thinking, you know, will I be able to deliver this certain task as wanted, you know? Can I do this? Can I not? So, you know, for one, being able to undertake this techie course, because I wasn't really in the tech sector in uni, is something, you know, for me, yeah. And the other thing was like the fear of being done with school and all that comes with it, that is adulting. So I feel like getting this entire grace period before my actual graduation made me actually enjoy it, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, that's
I mean, at the same time, I don't know. It's not all roses and peachy.
it's
It's a very weird space to be in when you're done with school. Like for me, I'm still in school again, and I am taking my ATP physically, which means that my parents have to foot a lot of
what's ATP?
ATP Advocates Training Program. So they have to foot a lot of my bills, a lot of my fees and the major stuff. And
Yeah.
you're at an age where you are graduated, you kind of feel that guilt a little bit. You're
True.
Like you're supposed to be
True.
giving some input or at least helping
know?
them. But at the same time, you're like, I have to give this course my all so that I can be done soon.
Yeah.
And you can be able to help them. But I feel like nowadays I'm just like, I'm in a position where I can't control it. Like,
True.
this is what I'm dealt with. I mean, it's a blessing to still have the support of my parents. at
True.
this
Because
age.
not everyone has
Not
that.
everyone has it. So I appreciate
Yeah.
it so much and I just try to enjoy it when it's still there.
Exactly. One step at a time, y'all.
Yeah.
Honestly, me, the advice I give to everyone is, be patient with it. Do you follow your path or instincts? I don't know. No pressure, but also don't be too laid back about it,
Yeah.
because time ain't waiting for nobody either.
But also don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't put too much
Everyone,
pressure.
for me, it's like I was having a conversation with my mentor a while back, and he was telling me, everyone has a different journey, especially when it comes to like getting jobs and starting your career, post uni, and all that. Some people get jobs before they graduate. Some people get them after. Some people get them 5 years later, 10 years later. Some people instead choose to like be self-employed or like start their own business, and they still thrive in that. So just trust in time, trust in the universe and the planning, and if you're a believer, trust in God and His planning, and that's it. Don't stress it. Like Rihanna say, don't stress it.
Yeah, I think the last one, because I feel like our video is going to be long again.
I don't want that.
Yeah, the last thing I can say is something that has also materialized so much for me in the past year and this years to come is probably my faith in God. Like, there are things that I have gone through, I have persevered through, things I've gotten, and you.
We'll have a
God
story
is
time
real.
for 1 hour.
Hey,
She told me something
we'll have a
like,
story time.
whoa.
Story
Yeah.
time, it will be coming. So I think God, I feel like if you walk with God,
Yeah.
your best year is going to be the year that you walk with God, honestly.
For real. That's true. But yeah, that's it for us. We don't want to make this a long video because we want you guys to actually watch. We hope you enjoy. Love, like, share, subscribe, comment.
You know the real guys.
Peace.